coast is finally here. The former occupiers have returned a beautiful island kingdom somewhere in the middle of the Pacific to its native inhabitants, or what is left of them some 200 years after James Cook. Now that the yoke of colonialism has finally been shaken off, democracy and modernization can finally gain a foothold. The first charismatic presidente of the archipelago is very concerned with increasing the prosperity of the region, and we can help him. Welcome to paradise. The former colonial power has left for good, and now our beloved Presidente finally rules the country much to the benefit of the people. However, things are lacking. Or rather, our wonderful Presidente wants to supply his citizens better. In order for more growth and prosperity to come to our island realm, the transportation infrastructure must be rebuilt. It was sadly neglected by our former occupiers in recent years. Our perfect Presidente will reward us richly for our services. We get to keep our heads. Our splendid Presidente wants a rail line and an airline with all his heart. There is a lot to do. We have to make both airports ready for operation, and we need an airplane. The old rail line has decayed and must be rebuilt, and there is no trace of the locomotive in the cars. In addition, we currently only have one cargo ship and a handful of rickety trucks and buses available. Let's ask around among the populace and find out if there is anyone who can help us in return for some service. Our roads are in terrible condition. They absolutely must be rebuilt to put an end to the constant bumpity-bump. Stone is not enough for good roads. If we provide stone and slag, they will help us to build paved roads. Our island world may be beautiful, but the weather is often very ugly. That is why cargo ships unfortunately sink off the coast from time to time. One or two of them can certainly be salvaged and repaired. But for an action like that, we will need pontoons. Fortunately, our colonial lords left behind a very modern chemical plant, which can supply us with plastic. The operators of the chemical plant will deliver pontoons to us if we find crude oil for them. But that is an expensive undertaking. Now it is a question of patience. We will know more soon. In order to set up the airline for our Grand Presidente, we not only need an airplane, but also 2 presentable airports. To make the airport operational again, we need the help of the local population. If we provide the town with construction materials, the inhabitants will trample out a runway in the grass for us. For rail construction, we need steel. What a pity we don't have any. Maybe the steelworks can help us. Of course, not without something in return. If we help them produce steel, they will produce rails for us in the future. Our motor pool is in truly awful condition. As soon as you start moving, you worry that the wheels are about to fall off. Mr. Nutt, the owner of the tool factory, has offered us the use of his workshop, but that comes at a price. For every vehicle that we have repaired, some tools must first be produced. Farmer Rick owns an old airplane for crop dusting. Since he has switched over from growing grain to cattle ranching, he would be willing to sign the plane over to us. But in return, he wants us to stimulate his business a little. We have found the train, or at least what's left of it. Rosie the cook has repurposed the cars for the expansion of her snack bar. The locomotive serves as an exhibit to draw customers. What a sad fate for such a venerable machine. If we can provide enough customers, then Rosie will be able to afford a proper new building and will let us have the cars. We can also have the locomotive if we promise to use it regularly and to shout Rosie's advertising slogan out the window at least once every trip.